How hands-on are you in the wedding prep?
Oh, is the groom's mother ever involved?
Do you want to be involved? Or would you rather just be hands-off?
I'm just happy.
You're just happy?
Just so happy for them.
Travis Kelce just made a move that has nothing to do with football and everything to do with the woman he's about to marry. The Kansas City Chiefs tight end just landed a deal with Tommy Hilfiger, not just as a face in a campaign, but as a global brand ambassador and creative collaborator designing his own clothing line. And the internet is saying the exact same thing. This has Taylor Swift written all over it, because the Travis Kelce who existed before Taylor would never have landed this deal. And the Travis Kelce who showed up at the iHeartRadio Awards 5 days ago in a perfectly styled brown leather jacket, looking like he belonged on the cover of a fashion magazine, that's the Travis who just became a designer. Let's get into all of it. Tommy Hilfiger called him one of the most magnetic figures in sport and culture today and signed him as a global ambassador, with his own capsule collection dropping next year. But here's the part nobody can stop talking about. 2 years ago, Travis Kelce's fashion identity was Nike shorts, backwards caps, and whatever was clean in the closet. Nobody was calling major fashion houses about this man. Nobody was using the words creative collaborator next to his name. And then Taylor happened. Since they started dating in 2023, Travis's entire public image has evolved in a way that is impossible to ignore. He started showing up to games in coordinated outfits. He wore custom pieces to award shows. He matched Taylor's energy at events without overshadowing her style. He went from a guy who wore tank tops to podcast recordings to a man who walked into Arrowhead Stadium in a look that made fashion outlets write actual articles about it. And every single time fans noticed the upgrade, they said the same thing. Taylor did this. Now, did Taylor literally pick out his Tommy Hilfiger deal? Probably not. But did her influence, her world, her standards, and her orbit create the conditions where a brand like Tommy Hilfiger would look at an NFL tight end and see a global fashion ambassador? Absolutely, that's the Taylor Swift effect. It doesn't just change the person she's with, it changes how the entire world sees them. Travis went from being one of the best tight ends in football history to being one of the most culturally relevant men on the planet. And that shift happened in real time, in public, in front of everyone, starting the moment Taylor showed up at Arrowhead. Think about the trajectory. In 2024, Travis and Jason became majority owners of Garage Beer, a craft beer brand that's now valued at $200 million. In 2025, Travis filmed a game show for streaming, appeared in Happy Gilmore 2, and became one of the most booked celebrities in advertising. In 2026, he signed a $57 million contract with the Chiefs, became a Six Flags brand ambassador, and now Tommy Hilfiger global ambassador with his own clothing line. The man is building an empire, and every floor of that empire was constructed during the Taylor era.
Home sweet home.
We're excited, man. I think Coach Veach and the entire staff have brought in some of our favorites in terms of coaches, but also some of the best in the league have been added to the team. So it's exciting times, and I'm just ready to get back in the Chiefs uniform, man.
And here's the detail that ties it all together. The fashion deal dropped just days after the iHeartRadio Music Awards, the night where Travis showed up unannounced, sat beside Taylor in the front row, became her personal hype man counting every trophy she won, mouthed "I love you" from the crowd, and got dubbed Mr. Swift by fans. That was the most public display of the Tavis brand the world has ever seen, and within 72 hours, a global fashion partnership lands. The timing is not a coincidence. They didn't just sign an athlete, they signed the man next to Taylor Swift, and they're betting that his cultural value is worth building an entire product line around.
This album probably also feels very happy and confident and free, because that's the way that I get to feel every single day of my life because of my fiance, who's here tonight.
Now, while Travis is quietly becoming a fashion mogul, Taylor has been having her own week. On Saturday night, just 2 days after the awards show, Taylor showed up at one of the most exclusive concerts of the year. Paul McCartney played an intimate show at the Fonda Theater in Hollywood, a 1,200-person venue where phones were locked away, and the crowd included Stevie Nicks, Ringo Starr, Margot Robbie, Billie Eilish, Sabrina Carpenter, Reese Witherspoon, and Al Pacino. Taylor was spotted inside chatting and dancing with Olivia Rodrigo throughout the setlist. The two were photographed leaving together afterward, a public bonding moment between two generations of singer-songwriters that fans have been waiting to see. But there was someone else at the Fonda that night who made the story even more interesting. John Mayer, Taylor's ex from back in 2009, was at the same concert, same 1,200-person room, but, according to every report, the two avoided each other completely. When it was time to leave, Taylor used a different exit than Mayer. The photos tell the whole story, two people who once shared a relationship occupying completely separate orbits in a room the size of a high school gymnasium.
Yes, of course!
Yes. Now.
Yeah, you too.
Travis was not at the McCartney show. He'd been with Taylor at the iHeartRadio Awards 2 days earlier, but even without him in the room, Taylor handled the situation exactly the way she handles everything: strategically, quietly, and on her own terms. And then, on top of all of this, Taylor got hit with a lawsuit. A Las Vegas performer named Marin Wade filed a federal trademark suit on March 30th, claiming that Taylor's album title, The Life of a Showgirl, infringes on her own brand, Confessions of a Showgirl, which she's been using since 2013. The suit names Taylor, her management company, Universal Music Group, and her merchandise company. It's the kind of legal noise that would rattle most people, but for a woman who is simultaneously planning a wedding, winning 7 awards, attending secret concerts, and watching her fiancé sign fashion deals, it's probably just another Monday.
Earlier tonight, you've won Pop Album of the Year, and now I'm excited to announce you've won 5 additional awards. Pop Song of the Year, Best Lyrics, Best Music Video for Fate of Ophelia, Album of the Year for Life of a Showgirl, Favorite Tour Style for Eras. That makes 6 awards total. And now I'm honored to present the 7th award of the evening, the 2026 iHeartRadio Music Awards Artist of the Year, Taylor Swift.
Meanwhile, today, March 31st, the newest member of the Kelsey family officially arrived. The fur baby that Kylie teased weeks ago on her podcast is joining the household. The cuddliest, cutest, furriest new Kelsey.
In even more good news, in a couple weeks, you might be meeting a new Kelsey. You're getting the cuddliest, cutest, furriest FAFO of them all on March 31st. And that's all I have to say about that for now. Meow. I'm kidding. Am I?
Taylor's cats may have been the reason Jason finally agreed to a pet after she introduced Meredith, Olivia, and Benjamin to the kids and predicted they'd be sneaking that cat into their beds every night. And yesterday, baby Finn, the youngest Kelsey daughter, turned 1. So the Kelsey family just celebrated a first birthday, welcomed a fur baby, signed a fashion deal, won 7 awards, attended a secret McCartney concert, and dodged an ex-boyfriend, all in the span of 5 days.
We live in this world where there's so much immediate feedback constantly. Like, you get feedback for everything you share with the world now. Like, everything you post, you get feedback, whether it's good or bad or whatever. I would say that I hope that you get to nurture your hobby and your passion just between you and that craft. And you give yourself time. Give yourself time to make mistakes. I didn't think I was an artist when I first started doing it. It was a hobby. It was a hobby, and then it was my favorite hobby. And then it was what I would rush home from school to do. It was like, I can't wait to get back to my guitar in my room and write a song.
And through all of it, the man at the center of the biggest fashion deal of the week is the same man who waved at a portrait of Taylor at Arrowhead and whispered, "Hey, sweetie."
Home sweet home.
The same man who mouthed "I love you" from the front row. The same man who counted her trophies like a scoreboard and kissed her before she walked on stage. The same man who is now designing clothes for Tommy Hilfiger because the world he stepped into when he fell in love with Taylor Swift opened doors that football never could. Mr. Swift, global brand ambassador, creative collaborator, future husband, and still, somehow, just a guy from Cleveland Heights who made a friendship bracelet and got lucky. 74 days until the wedding, a clothing line in the works, a fashion empire being built in real time, and a fiancé who might just be the most powerful silent partner in the history of celebrity branding. The Taylor Swift effect doesn't stop. It just keeps compounding, and Travis Kelce is living proof. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.